Hi, my name's Kathleen and I am a very proud and out lesbian, and seeing as this is October and National Coming Out Day was this month and that it was the 1-year anniversary of me being out of the closet, I thought it'd be really cool if I make a top 5 video about the top 5 pros and cons about coming out, because I get messages a lot from other queer people who are curious about the process of coming out, who are afraid to come out. And I think it would be great for the gay, lesbian, asexual, bisexual, pansexual, transgender, and allied people watching this, and anyone else in between, to watch this and kind of know about the process, because it's different for everyone. And so for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, surprise, I'm gay. So one reason why coming out is amazing is that you gain an incredible amount of confidence. The hardest thing for me coming out was coming out to this relative that I deeply respect and is more than a relative to me, a best friend. It was really hard coming out to this relative. This relative was the last person I came out to, and it's still really hard because they are deeply spiritual and still struggling to accept me and integrate that acceptance with their faith, and I had to realize that I can't find my self-worth through my parents or through my relatives, and that is a deeply maturing process. Even people way into their adulthood still care about what their parents think about them, especially when you respect them as deeply as I respect my parents, and when you have the relationship with your parents that I do. And I think because I got to that level where I just loved myself and told myself, you know what, whatever the reaction is, you're just gonna still love yourself, Kathleen. And because I got to that place, I just have an incredible amount of confidence, because if you can accept criticism from the people in your life that you respect the most, then you can accept criticism from anyone. So the next reason why being out is so amazing is that you become part of an incredible community. Is that I was a second-class citizen to many of my religious friends, but when I found the gay community, when I got involved with groups on my campus, when I got involved with parents and friends of gays and lesbians, PFLAG, I found so many loving people that didn't give a shit about how I lived my life. I'd always been told in the church that gay bars were these festering places of sin and that you'd walk in and feel dirty and gross. But when I walked in, I just felt relief. I felt like these are my people. It just clicked. It felt so right. And I finally have a group, a community that I'm proud of being part of. And the great thing is you don't really have to be gay, bi, pansexual, asexual to be part of this community. You can be an ally and still feel that sense of solidarity that many queer people feel in these groups. And that's the great thing, is that most of the gay community is very open and welcoming, and they don't care where you are in the spectrum. There is some issues in the gay community, I'm going to get to that, about acceptance, but for the most part they're very, very welcoming, and it is amazing. I think if any queer person is struggling with depression, suicidal thoughts, and anxiety, which most queer people do, most gay people experience depression because of the anxiety of coming out, you really need to get involved with a community. Another reason why being out is awesome is, despite the stereotype that lesbians hate men, my relationship with men has gotten so much better. In fact, I just view men in such a more positive light. The biggest reason why I have a better relationship with men now is because I was told my whole life that I was just gonna have a relationship with a guy, that even though I had no attraction to men, that I would have to miserably get married to some guy someday and ruin his life and ruin my life because I would never be attracted to him. And that thought terrified me. Like, I had so much anxiety when I was a kid because I couldn't picture myself marrying a man and being happy. And I just pictured myself ruining some guy's life, and it sucked. But then I realized I don't have to do that. And just this weight came off my shoulders, and I feel like I can open up to my guy friends. I feel like I don't have this scary, frightening expectation that I have to develop feelings for them, because those feelings will never happen, and it's just such a relief, you know. I feel like I have a better perception of men than many of my straight female friends, and I'm really appreciative of that, because I can often give them advice and tell them why their boyfriend's thinking what they're thinking. You know, I can easily relate to why men do certain things. Now that I'm out, I feel like I can understand men's perspective a lot more. Like, when my female friends are in an argument with their boyfriend, I typically give them the boyfriend's perspective. So if you got laid last night, you're welcome. Yep, I gave you a good word. I make one hell of a wingman. I fucking do. Another reason why being out is awesome is that you lose all of those fake friends that you thought were real friends. But once you come out, they freak out on you and you're just like, yep, you weren't worth it. At first it hurts. It hurts really fucking bad. But then you just feel this weight lifted off your shoulders. You just feel like you don't have this baggage, and you may realize that that friend was a shitty friend to begin with, and that I've made so many more friends than the people I've lost. And I did lose some subscribers when I came out on this channel, and I had people vocally tell me that they were unsubbing, but my subscriber count since then has doubled. More than doubled, almost tripled. So for those of you who said it gets worse, I'm unsubbing, you should have just kept it to yourself. Suck on that, motherfucker. Number one on this list, the number one reason why being out is awesome is new experiences. I was always told in my very religious background that every experience that you have with someone of the same sex is gonna make you feel dirty, is gonna make you feel gross, and you're gonna have so much regret. I have never had any regret about any girl I've kissed, any sexual experience that I've had. They've all been amazing. And I haven't had any long-term relationships. People are very curious about my dating life, and I don't usually open up about that on my channel. I will open up about it when I'm in a very serious relationship, but I've only been out for a year, so I've only had casual flings here and there and nothing serious. But I will tell you that even though I've only had flings, even though they all ended, I am pretty positive about all those things, because even though those experiences didn't last, they taught me about the woman that I want to be with in the future. They just educated me about relationships and dating. I don't have any regret. And oh my god, kissing a girl for the first time, it just, I mean, I knew I was gay, but when I kissed a girl, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gay. Because like, I kissed a guy once, and I literally felt like I was kissing cardboard. And no offense to guys, but like, it just did not do shit for me. But when I kissed a girl, I was just like, oh my god, this is the best feeling in the world. Ah! And then just every experience after that, oh my god, I'm so fucking gay. It's just like, the more experiences that you have, the more you're like, oh my god, I thought it was gay, but I am really fucking gay, and it's awesome, yeah!
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, because there's going to be a part 2 where I talk about my 5 least favorite parts of being out. Subscribe for more, and let me know what you want me to do my next top 5 video on. Thank you again for watching. I should go.